one of these days I'm going to be really fancy with lights, camera, and action, but until then, there's no slow connection, so ready and action. Welcome back to another episode of me cooking in my kitchen and hopefully not lighting anything on fire or burning anything down. I'm your host. It's been a while. Good to see everyone. Let's see. We're going to be doing steak today. We're going to be doing sweet potatoes today, and we're going to be doing broccoli today. And the only thing I did, as always, was I let this marinate for about the past hour and let it warm up because I like to do it that way. We can use this one. Yeah. Quick heads up, I will be not doing this next week. I will be off next week. Please don't miss me too much. I'm so sorry. So I figured let's go out with a bang this week and do something kind of fun and nice. I will also tell you, in a not fun way, that Fish and I don't agree. And not like in the haha don't agree, but like, so I did fish last week with potatoes and broccoli, and maybe I had too much of the fish, maybe it was, because it's the first time it's been fish in a while for me, but I did not have a good time. I had a very out-of-season migraine, and my body just kind of went, you're not going to do anything for 24 hours. So, I don't know. So for right now it's off the table. I might try it again in the future, but for right now, no. And you know what? That's okay. Because again, as we always joke, or I always joke, it's my show and I can change things around if I want to. So I went with steak this week. We're going to cut this part off here because I don't want that. There we go. I went with steak because, like I said, I'm going to be off next week from doing the show. So I wanted to go off with something I like to make and like to eat. Now, give me a moment to cut things up. That's too thick. Here we go. Only lost one potato piece so far. That's not too bad. Alright, so now that that's cut up, let's put these in here. I'm not going to season them because I don't want to season them. This will also be way too large of a side for today. That's okay because the steak is slightly smaller than normal today. Let's turn this on. So, yeah, I was going to do something over the weekend, and by do something, I mean I wanted to go see The Odyssey, but my brain literally was like, if you do anything, you're going to have a bad time. So I didn't do anything, and I still didn't have the best time ever. I think it may have been because of the shock of eating something that nutrient and oil rich in a while, if that makes sense. Because I haven't eaten fish I didn't start the air fryer. I haven't eaten fish in years. Literally almost 2 years today I haven't eaten fish. And I haven't cooked fish in literally ever. And then salmon-wise, it's been a couple decades. So I think introducing myself back into that was a bit of a shock to my system. And everything kind of went, no. Also, I did have a relatively large piece. So there could have been a lot of different variables. Long story short, I am back up, and I don't want to say running because I don't like running. But I am back up and moving with my normal grace. So yeah, that's fun. I am washing off my thermometer. Give me just a moment. So, not really a question, I guess, but more of a quandary kind of thing. I was going to get food today. Not this food, but I was going to pick up lunch today. And the parking lot already in this complex is relatively small. But when I went there, I noticed that there was literally a line in the street to get into the complex. So I'm like, okay, traffic is terrible because it's, approximately noon when everyone's eating lunch. This is just bad planning. This is bad on me. I should have gone at a different time. And then all of a sudden I turn in and I would say 50 to 70% of the parking lot is being reconstructed. Now, when I ordered on the app, it didn't give me any hints that, hey, the store you're going to go to pick up food has a parking lot under construction. So what I'm curious about is, do you think that they should put something like that in, like the app, or as a heads up when you're ordering? Because so I ordered from this place, I tried to order from the place the day before, and it said we're out of an ingredient. I'm like, okay, you're out of an ingredient. That's fine. I'm completely cool with that. But when the entire I may have illegally parked today in order to ride in and grab the food. I did. I 100% illegally parked in front of a dumpster. Thankfully, there were no trash, there were no garbage trucks around. But I illegally parked, turned on my hazards, and I ran in. Do you think, count it whatever time it is. Should an app be like, hey, just so you're aware, our parking lot's being worked on. So, excuse me. So parking may be congested. Because, they'll tell you again if something in the excuse me, something in the app isn't working. Let's switch back. They'll tell you in the app if something isn't working, but they won't. But they won't tell you something like that. And politely, it's not like the company doesn't know, because when you're in a strip mall or a mall, 99% of the time, at least the higher ups or the managers will be aware of what is going on. Whether they tell other people is up to them. Let's start cutting things, speaking of which. Now, would I have still gone with this restaurant to do food? Yes. But anyone have any thoughts on that? Because I realized, like, hey, you know, this is not a good. I would have preferred to know. Don't do that. I would have preferred to know before going, even if that wasn't going to change my plans for lunch. I would have been like, oh hey, your parking lot's under construction. Fantastic. There are also a lot of unhappy people. Surprise, surprise, because people were not aware, myself included, that this was a thing. So, just curious on what your take is on that. I also, in general, like knowing things. Like, whether or not, and let me put it to you this way, it's not it's a little, it's not I need to know everything right now so I can make a snap judgment. It's, I enjoy being in the know, so I can, like, one of the best ways to describe it is, I don't care that I know, I just would like to know. So you could tell me something bad or good, but the fact that I know, that's what I care about. So long story short, I think that a company should put something on their app or something else saying, hey, the parking lot of this store is under renovation. Please expect longer park times, etc. Or please expect there to be less spots than normal. Because let me tell you, for many less spots than normal, we're not going to get a lot of broccoli tonight because we have a lot of potatoes tonight. If you are watching this live, by the way, thank you very much for your continued support. Please forget to like and subscribe as always. I'm not doing this for that reason. I am doing this for the fun, and that's way too much salty for me. So let's not turn it off. Go. Cool. Okay. Surprisingly, I don't go through that many plastic Ziploc bags. Sorry, Ziploc, not plastic. It's a brand or whatever, the way they do it. I don't go through that many bags, surprisingly. I was going to say also, if you are watching this because you can't go outside because it's raining, I am sorry, but at the same time, I'm finally happy it's actually raining, because I have felt teased all summer long with this rain. And if you live, those of you who don't know, there have been many days where it's been, it's going to rain today. Oh, severe weather's going to happen today. Oh, there's going to be X, Y, and Z, and then nothing happens. As someone who appreciates and enjoys the rain, it's kind of like, come on, don't do that. I am expecting a certain, condensation, moisture to fall from the sky. Don't do that to me. Come on now. It is going to be so small. That's okay. Oof. All right, let's see what we got. It's not going to be too bad, but I still want to see where we are. Turn on. So anyways, like, the radar said there was supposed to be like a 70% chance of rain, and then it jumped to 60, and then to 35, and then 70, and then it rained off and on. And then, right before I started today, right before it started, it was like the Weather Channel app had it as like dark green and a little bit of yellow, and there is no rain around me whatsoever. Like, there is no rain at all anywhere, and that is unfortunate because, like I said, I immensely enjoy the rain. I'm not saying we have like a drought this year, but It feels drought-esque this year. I would like if you could give me 3 more degrees. If you give me if you give me 0.7 degrees, I'd really appreciate that. 0.9. And now we watch as Cam counts up. Boom for that. That's 158. How are you dropping? Why are you 129 over here? Okay, so again, the edge is closer to like 128, and the middle is 159. This is why I continue to not understand how cooking food technically works. I just go by what the temperature tells me. It's going to be a bit more hockey puck than I'd like it to be, but whatever. Oh, come on. And then on this side, it's not close. Well, it's 142 over here, and on the other side, it's... Okay, it's 150. In the middle, it's 138. Could you go a little bit higher? Not a lot, but like a little bit higher would be great. Like, come on now. Which, for the record, I can deal with 135. I just wanted to get a little bit hotter. Okay, while we're waiting for this, so I straighten out the thermometer and it drops like a millimeter, and all of a sudden it goes from 134 to 142. Temperature, man. Cooking, man. It's a thing. Okay, so let's do plate. Work. Let's do broccoli. Actually, no, that is still hot. I don't want to test the theory about whether it is hot or not. I mean, at least you can see the steam on here. Wouldn't it be funny, speaking of which, if like I did just an episode of like cooking mozzarella sticks in the air fryer? That would be honestly pretty entertaining, I think. Alright. 136, 142, 145. We are good. Okay, we're going to turn this off so I can save the battery. Off. Yeah? Cool, there we go. Alright, we're going to squeeze the juice out here. We're going to flip it. We're going to turn this off. I'm going to grab a knife. Somewhere. That'll work. Cool. Alright. Alright. Here we go. And moving on, and let's do it one more time. And here we go, we are good. So, I feel like one of those fancy restaurants where the portions are incredibly small, but thanks for cooking with me tonight. And see you next episode.